Capital, Stealth Index, 730.
That's what I do. When there's not much to do, when the clouds are gray, I round up my crew and smoke an ounce of haze. Reminisce on how it was back in the days. Older folk wonder why I act this way. If we could only rewind time to back in the day. If we could only rewind time to back in the day. If we could only rewind time to back in the day. To back in the day. I reminisce on my school days. Remember laughing at my friends in the school plays. Who that with the boo day? Young Q-Day, come holla at Cool K. If you went to my school, I know you knew me. Taking chicks out the classroom and into the bathroom just to do me. My life is like a movie. Went to school mad deep in the hoopty. Older cats tried to school me, let me know how the streets is. And niggas don't really know what beef is. Roll up on a nigga, caught you sleeping. And kids didn't come back with guns, they came back creeping. Mad deep with maybe a bat, maybe a pipe, but never that. Mainly we scrapped, and after that we was friends doing flips on the mat. Imagine that. When there's not much to do, when the clouds are gray, I round up my crew and smoke an ounce of haze. Reminisce on how it was back in the days. Older folk wonder why I act this way. If we could only rewind time to back in the day. If we could only rewind time to back in the day. If we could only rewind time to back in the day. To back in the day. My mama did the best she could, but she gotta accept that she hood. School shopping, I want the new Timberlands. 3 sizes too big, gotta last 2 years, so I'ma grow into them. Imagine what that did to my women friend, but I was still a pimp, without a cent. Hopping classes, fortune passes, always with the fifth at and play my sports hard. Beat up the mailman to get report cards. Life as a shorty was so hard. What you can't have, you got a Bogart. You might catch me up in your yard, snatch at your bike and ride up in the night. I know it ain't right, but that's life. A nigga ain't have shit his whole life, so fuck taking what's left. I'm gonna make the shit right. Yeah, I'm gonna make this shit right. When there's not much to do, when the clouds are gray, I round up my crew and smoke an ounce of haze. Reminisce on how it was back in the days. Older folk wonder why I act this way. If we could only rewind time to back in the day. If we could only rewind time to back in the day. If we could only rewind time to back in the day. To back in the day.
Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore, but still acting kinda throw back in time. Remember when life was so simple and playing run, catch and hump was the thing to do? Little black ass dude with thick glasses. Those who joked about that got smacked with bats or bricks. Moms and pops just could not get along. It's the same old song. Pops had to move on, but he stayed in touch. Kept me in his life a little distance, but that shit was alright. Cause now I got 2 brothers and a sister to visit. Best thing, family extended. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I was put in a trance by my first piece of ass. Like 1 kiss, 10 strokes, then bust. Body quiver, preteen, exposed to lust.
When there's not much to do, when the clouds are gray, I round up my crew and smoke an ounce of haze. Reminisce on how it was back in the days. Older folk wonder why I act this way. If we could only rewind time to back in the day. If we could only rewind time to back in the day. If we could only rewind time to back in the day. To back in the day. Yeah.